Beautiful people, we are live. It's halftime. The Bulls are playing a very solid game so far today. Chris Fleming doing a really good job coaching. We got good Vooch tonight, which is always a good thing. That always makes the game easier for the Bulls. Kobe started. I didn't expect Kobe to start just because I thought we had saw enough at Kobe at the starting point guard. But he started tonight. He's not doing a terrible job. 3 for 7 overall, though. The team is not shooting. Well, no, the team is shooting great. 63% in the half is great. 50% from three is really good. We still haven't gotten big contributions from DeMar DeRozan yet. He hasn't really gotten a lot of touches either. He's only gotten 6 field goals so far in the first half, which is kind of rare for his usual output. So, be on the lookout for that and see how that's going to continue to change or whatever for DeMar DeRozan over this game. But overall, our Bulls are showing up tonight, and that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see the Bulls show up, play well, even without Lonzo. Their defense is solid. Not they have some defensive rotation issues that have gotten the other team easy buckets, but other than that, it's been a pretty solid game for the Bulls. Pretty solid game. Let's go to the comments so far. Jackie, the Bulls are looking good. Love the way they're attacking the basket. Absolutely. And this is what the Bulls need to do with Zach LaVine is out there basically getting whatever shot he wants, but the rest of the team is really playing active, having ball rotation and ball movement. That's always going to get a lot of buckets, especially when Vooch is scoring as effectively as what he has been so far in this game. Vooch, and I'm not saying that Vooch is the key, right? Because this offense has been good with Vooch not playing well, but Vooch shooting the ball well, 6 for 9. 1 for 2 from three-pointer, 13 points already, 7 rebounds. When you have Vooch playing that active and being effective, it really does make a lot of things easier for players like Javonte Green, who has 7 points. And it just makes everything easier. Tyler Cook as well, in his 8 minutes so far, has looked very good, showing that quick feet that we've seen from him before. To me, showing that he may deserve to get a couple of more minutes out there too. Matt Thomas is giving us some quality minutes as well. Troy Brown Jr. has been playing pretty solid. So with all that being said, it could be a lot worse for the Bulls. But the Bulls are playing very well right now. I'm surprised they've gone this deep into their bench early on. Also surprised that Tyler Cook is getting minutes over Ersan. That right there, I think, shows that we may see Tyler Cook be brought up to the roster full time. And again, this is way too early observations, but Tyler Cook playing as solid as what he has on defense and offense, not being a liability, and also making smart moves is it bodes well for him for sure. Thoughts on the game so far? That's kind of what I just went over. Safe to say COVID didn't stop. Well, once I heard that LaVine gained weight because he was working out so much while he had COVID, it was like, all right, LaVine's going to be primed and ready to go. Now, the Bulls have to hold on to this lead. And, this is what I want to talk about. Let's talk about this a little bit while we have time on this live stream. What I will say, and this is, again, not to compare the two or say Chris Fleming is even on Billy Donovan's level, but I am noticing that the Bulls are making changes to their scheme, right? Or changes and adjustments quicker than what we see Billy Donovan make. For that, the Pacers went and looked like they were going to go on a little run there for a second, and we quickly saw them change and start rotating more on switching more on defense. And so, with that being said, I'm very happy with the changes that the Bulls are making while the game's going on for sure. Key differences between this game so far and the last game, we're hitting our shots and we're playing better defense. That's the key thing. The Bulls in their last game against the playoffs, we got cold several times, even when it looked like we were going to start marching back, and we just didn't play good defense. We're seeing the Bulls play solid interior defense. Now, the Pacers, Miles Turner has been taking dumbass shots, so be on the lookout for that to see how that changes. He's 4 for 8, 0 for 2 right now, but Sabonis, who is also questionable, is 4 for 13. The Bulls are playing good interior defense, and they're going after the rebounds. Like I've said before, I've said Vooch is not as bad defensively as what we're seeing, and we're seeing him play very solid defense on Sabonis, and it's really changing what they do for so far for sure. Io looks to be having a good start. He has had a solid start to this game in his minutes so far. That poster that he almost got on Turner, it was damn near close, but playing very smart as well. We're going to keep seeing Io approve, very Io approve. Blah, who just said what I said, Vooch showing up on defense. He is showing up very well on defense. This is why I say, like, when I did that whole video talking about Vooch's advanced defensive stats, him finishing 5th and all centers in defense last season should go to show that, yeah, no, he's not the best one-on-one defender, but he's not as much as the liabilities people try to make him out. He's been 12th in all centers so far this season. That puts him in the top half of starting centers. That's not nothing to shake your head at all. He's not as bad on defense as people make him out to be. Not as bad as people make him out to be. Vooch is doing okay defensively, but the game will be decided on the Bulls' defense in the paint. Yep, just went over that. They're playing very solid defense in the paint right now. When you just look at this, but they have to keep it up. We know historically the Bulls come out flat in the third quarter. We got to see if they do that as well. Also, as I always need to tell you guys, make sure you tell me when the game's coming back on, because I do not know when I'm down here recording. So AE23, I love how aggressive Kobe is. Kobe's been playing really good. And the thing with Kobe is that, you know, people will automatically go to looking at how he's scoring because that's what we're trained to do with Kobe, right? He's a scorer, but he's playing with his head up on defense. He's made some solid passes as well. He's making the right decisions out there. And that's the thing that we haven't always seen with Kobe. Sometimes Kobe's gotten lost out there and just made bad decisions that made things harder on his team. So when the shot wasn't falling, it was like he wasn't really giving you much else. He's 3 for 7 today, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. But because he's playing so actively and making smart passes out there, he's not as much of a liability. That's for sure. That's for sure. Akinsan, cheers from Portugal. Love your channel. It's one of my must stop every. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry I had to drop 4 videos on you in one day today. I'm sorry about that. This is completely wrong. Sabonis is still having his way in the paint. What game are you watching? Because he's not. Sabonis is only 4 for 13. In what world is that having your way from the paint? Most of his points to come from free throws. Sabonis is not. They are not making it easy on Sabonis at all. He has a plus minus of -9 right now. What game are you watching? What game are you watching? Because Sabonis is not at all having his way. Having it not at all. What are you talking about? That's just not factual. This team is looking consistent across the board right now. Indiana can get scary fast, but I think we should hold on to this one. Well, I wouldn't say easy. Again, let's see what happens in the third quarter, because the Bulls come out flat sometimes in the third quarter. So yeah, we got to see with that. Relax watch. Yeah, he's shooting 4 for the air. What in what world are you saying that he's having his way? Like that completely threw my mind off. If they can't stop Sabonis and Miles Turner in the paint, we got this. I mean, they're showing it so far. They are not making it easy for them in the paint at all. Just sub to the channel, fam. Let's go Bulls, and Zoe will be back soon. For sure. But they're playing really good. And can anybody confirm yet? I know the NBA announced that them and the Players Union agreed to shrink the COVID protocol window down from 6 to 10 days, but I don't know if that's implemented yet. So if it is only 6 days, then, you know, Lonzo will still miss, because we have 5 games this week. Lonzo will still miss most of the games this week, but that's a lot quicker of a turnaround than 10 days for sure. The only thing Sabonis is really doing is getting some offensive rebounds, and he's getting fouled and doing so. That is really it. And even then, he does have a double-double. Maybe, and this is why people can't just look at the stats, is because how he's getting that. He's not shooting or scoring efficiently at all, not even remotely. Like I said, a plus minus of -9, and on 4, you have 12 points, and it took you 13 shots to get those 12 points. That is not an efficient game at all. Not an efficient game at all. The offensive is missing Zoe, but great first half. I mean, yeah, Zoe makes everything out there easier for everybody. We know that, but it is what it is. You dropping 4 videos equals actual good news equals bad. I hope that's a positive thing. Hope you mean well. Yeah, I mean, I had to go over the news. I'm going to drop it. I promise you guys that. The offense, already went over that one. Sorry. Still waiting for Zach for a Zach takeover game this year. I mean, the thing is that with Zach's like, he's had games where he scored 30+ points. So like, he's had games where he's done his thing, but at the end of the day, like, this team is just so much better that we haven't needed hero Zach so far. And then when we do, it's really been DeMar. So we'll see. We'll get it. Don't get me wrong. We're going to get it for sure. We're definitely going to get it. That's for sure. Honestly, Turner looks uninterested. Sabonis playing solo ball. They needed a break that team up ASAP. Listen, and you see players do that. Once their name is mentioned in trade talk, some players take that as okay, I'm going to play better. some players take it as, oh, well then fuck it, I'm finna get up out of here, fuck y'all. And it seems like Miles Turner is taking it that way. I mean, he voiced some opinions about his role in the offense and stuff even before the trade talk. So, you know, Miles Turner, he does definitely seem like, hey, let me get out of here where Sabonis is probably saying, hey, if you're going to keep one of us, I want to be the one that's kept. So we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. I was surprised Io was 21. He looks 17. Is his body still developing? He just looks like a kid out there. Io absolutely looks like a kid. And yes, his body is still developing. We see players add NBA weight. So that's going to happen across the board. There's players that come in with grown man bodies who still develop. So they're definitely going to continue to develop. That's for sure. That's for sure. True. I love his game this year. No doubt he's playing amazing. Yep, he definitely is. Definitely is. Just want to see a 40 bomb. Well, I mean, when you have a team that's more balanced in scoring and what him and DeMar are doing, like a 30 game for Zach LaVine on this team is equal, if not still more than a 40 point game last season. Because usually if Zach LaVine is getting 30 points, right? We know DeMar is getting 25 to 30 himself. So that's huge to have another score like that. So like let's compare it that way. Like a 40 point game last year is compared to a 30 point game this year, just because of everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. Let me know. Don't forget, let me know when the game's coming back on. Let me know when the game's coming back on. Zach looking pumped. Besides his haircut, I don't know who cut his hair. He has the haircut of somebody whose mom cut their hair in 3rd grade. They pushed his hairline back. His blend on the sides isn't correct. It's just bad. It's a bad haircut. Bad haircut. I would be playing out of my mind too, because he's probably pissed off that his hair looks like that on national TV. Zach is pumped to be back. You can tell he got his teammates gifts. Good guy, absolutely. And for people who are trying to still keep that Zach LaVine selfish narrative, man, that has to go. That has to go completely. I think it's coming up after this commercial. All right. So we're gonna wait till it actually starts. I like to go. Any last minute thoughts, questions, anything? Make sure you guys are here for the after game live stream as well. I'm not gonna be streaming as long as I usually do. I'm gonna try to keep it between 45 to 50 minutes for the live stream after the game today. So just an FYI on that. I know sometimes we go like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just don't have the energy coming out of holiday, and I want to spend time with my family tonight. So just FYI on that, guys. Just FYI on that. Greetings from Germany. You're the best Chicago Bulls channel keeper. I appreciate that. Is kind words, man. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. We're gonna get back to the game. Thank you guys for joining me for the halftime hangout. I'm sorry I started a couple minutes late. I know we try to maximize our time, but 12-minute live stream. It is what it is. It's halftime, but I love you guys, man. Like I like to end every video on. Go Bulls. Peace.